No, you're cute.
Oh, thanks, BB.
Oh,
You only saying that because Zacarra's not here.
yes. I always get nervous when she's around. Freaks me out.
I get nervous too. It's okay, but it's a different kind of nervous. Anyway, hello and welcome. I'm Noah of the channel TravellingHalo, and I'm joined by my friends Alyx G, Neo Te Aika, and Wernissage. Brought together by our shared love of Halo. But do not let that fool you, for we will try, and likely fail, to talk about anything but Halo. Because this is not a Halo podcast. How we doing?
Yo, the H word.
Yeah, it's the only time you'll hear it. Hopefully, ideally.
Shit. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Doing good. I
Getting
just sucked
by?
on my water loudly, so sorry about that. Right into the mic.
Nice. I do love sucking on water.
Already getting into ASMR territory.
Yeah. Zacarra, edit this out.
Anyway.
He's gonna fucking time travel to now fucking assassinate me. God damn it.
More than likely.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. How are the rest of you?
I'm also doing quite well, all considered.
Nice, nice. What have y'all been up to?
I've got a lot of stuff I can't really talk about, basically.
All right. Keep
Well,
your secrets.
I've
then.
got a lot of things that I can't really talk about, so I think it's probably.
Oh, come on! What the
kind
fuck is this? Neo, can you tell us anything?
What'd you say, sorry?
Can you tell us anything? Like these two, fucking.
Is there anything you can talk about?
Can you
I have
talk
things
about
I
anything?
can't talk about, but that's just because I'm fucking stupid and I actually wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
In my case, I just had my 2 weeks finish. Well, my 2 weeks finished 2 weeks ago, actually. Last week was my week back into my uni semester, which was week 7. So that was cool, getting back to stuff. I still have to catch up on a bunch of homework from last week because of a bunch of stuff that happened that was kind of out of my control, and I'm just like, but it is cool to be back in the grand cosmic scheme of things. We're working with Arduinos and stuff now in the musical interface and interaction paper, so that's cool. Like making like music hardware and doing some kind of like experimental stuff. I think this week is the first week we'll be in the actual tech lab with like soldering irons and stuff, so I'm kind of interested to see.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I'm interested to see what that's gonna end up being. But I'm also just like, oh man, because I can't really work on my game anymore because I was trying to crunch as much as I could during the 2 weeks because now I have no time. And I'm also kind of bummed out because I have gotten 2 offers to do commissions that were both recommendations that they came to me, and I'm just like, oh no, I could really use the money, but I literally don't know if I have the time to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, F.
Oh,
But,
Big F.
such is the way with life, I guess.
It's all a balancing act.
Selah
Yeah.
is the V.
I hope it balances out soon enough.
I do too.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
I said Selah is the V. It's a French.
Yeah.
It's a French.
Okay, yeah, because I
Fine.
was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Selah V is such as life in French.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I said Selah
Selah V.
is the V. It's just
Oh. Epic.
fell flat, just like my music career. Well,
We'll play it in sharp then. Make up for it.
that's right. How's the world? What's new? How's the world been treating you? That's a jazz reference. It's a lyric to a standard called "What's New."
Do I look
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
also-
jazz person?
Also, my watch
Well-
is flat, so I need to get that repaired at some point, which probably be in a couple of weeks. I don't know how much that usually costs.
I put my watch through the wash, and accidentally, It's
That-
a
I was-
it's a
I thought you were gonna
Timex.
say like to repair it or something. I was like,
Not
what
on
the fuck?
purpose. No,
Okay.
it made its way into the watch. Actually, I must have had it in my pocket, I guess, for that to have happened. But it's a weird place to put a watch. Normally it goes on the wrist, but I put it through the wash and it survived. It's a Timex Expedition, which is a digital watch. They're like $50 watches. In reality, you can get them for like 30 something. They really aren't expensive, but I've had it since I was in middle school, probably. But it still works like a charm. I mean, waterproof, they aren't kidding. So, but the one thing is that the band was like rubber, and it like cracked and broke apart and sucks and yeah, useless. So I ordered a new band, which didn't cost anything either. I got a Cordura band, so now it's all tough and rugged and outdoorsy. Because I know the watch can put up with it, so I figured I'd get a comparable band for it too. So now my watch is probably going to last another very long time.
Oh yeah, man.
Nice.
You take care of watches, they'll take care of you. I mean, that's what I kind of love about how there's so many watches from the 70s and 80s that like still work perfectly. I mean, the one I got I think is from like 82 or 83. It's fine.
The
Looks
Casio
brand new,
calculator
except for a
watches
couple of scuffs.
are such a vibe, And
I
they
see
still
that's
make
great
them
that
Oh, yeah.
actually, but
they do, huh?
They do still make them. However, they're kind of like they're like a new module in just an old style case. They actually don't have half the functions of the original ones. Also, the original ones were water resistant to 100 meters, and the current ones aren't.
what?
So they're kind of just like a, if you want to pretend like you have one of the old ones, but they're not actually as good.
So you got to get an actual 80s one or 70s one.
Yeah, but if you do get one and you take care of it, it's like awesome. I mean, I love this one, which has some Soviet something on it, which is not focusing. There we go.
That's really cool.
Damn.
That's such a vibe.
I bought it because I liked the pattern that it has on the bottom. I was like, that's really cool.
Oh man,
like
that's
the,
stuff like that really gets me. That's so cool.
Like the Slavic text and stuff, I'm just like, that is so stylish. And like the iconographs of like the days of the week, for some reason, it reminds me of like some of the icons from like that were on the Nostromo in the first Alien movie. I don't know why. It just feels really just like, it feels futuristic, but in a really like subtle, just stylish kind of way. Like I
Yeah.
fucking love it.
That's very cool.
So cool.
That's
That's
it.
very cool.
Yeah, and it's like they still have pretty like, it's not like the pirates like cheap out or anything. The only thing that really happens is you just have to change the battery every, I don't know, year or 5 years or 10 years.
That's sick. That's so cool. And now I want one of those. Now that you've enlightened me to the fact that there's a difference between the legitimate vintage and like the
Get the real
bullshit
ones.
halfway modern. I
Get the real ones.
I need to find myself a legit vintage calculator watch.
If you want to go real epic, you should go. If you go 70s style, a real big thing from the 70s era was LED watches, the kind of shit that looks like the kind of like bomb timer you'd see in like a 70s Bond movie or something.
That's so
where
cool.
it's like the whole thing is like silver stainless steel with a black screen, and you hold the button down and you just get like red LED numbers, like so epic. I really wanted to get one, except I was like, it looks so cool, but also if I have to hold a button to see the time in the daytime, I feel like it's kind of lost the point of being a watch.
A
Where I
little.
can just glance at it without touching it.
Probably a little.
Yeah, maybe when I have like, snooty money, I'll like get one because I think they look really cool. But functionally, it's like so stupid, but they look really cool.
I have to say I've never heard the term snooty money, but that's a really good term for that.
I was gonna say fuck you money, but
Oh yeah,
Either either.
yeah. I've heard you use that one before. I guess that probably makes more sense. Snooty money. That's good.
This is kind of like Clock
well, Bond's
Talk.
British, right? So I had to like
This is Clock
I
Talk
gotta
2.
go with it.
This is Clock Talk 2, the sequel. I like it.
Clock Talk 2, the Clockening.
You know, this is really just
Yes.
not a clock podcast. Isn't
Basically, I mean, it is a clock podcast. But
Oh, speaking of
Obvious-
clocks, wait, I have more
Oh.
clock discussion.
oh no,
I have a sun clock from the
Oh, that's cool.
60s
dude.
or 70s.
yeah, that
But-
looks like fucking Bioshock stuff.
It's like super mid-century
That's it.
mod.
Love
It
that.
actually has wood. They're about this long wood. So for the audio listeners, I guess it's a big brass clock with pointy metal triangle bits coming out in a sun formation, but currently not affixed to it are wooden star arms that are longer that go underneath the metal arms. I just haven't. I took them off because they needed to be cleaned. It also takes I probably need to replace the module in the back. It's just all yellowed plastic and it's just kind of ugh. The insides aren't really what matters so much. It's all about the outside. But it's a Welby sun clock. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it. It's very much my style. I really like the 60s mid-century mod thing. And yeah, the wood is beautiful. It's like dark wood, and against the brass, it just tickles me.
Nice.
So speaking
Epic.
of clock talk,
I also have a clock. Look at that shit.
oh, from Apple,
So fresh. Yeah,
Cool, 20.
built
Have you heard of
into
it?
your Magic Glass.
that's all I have. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Dev
well,
check.
I have. I was gonna make a pun
Oh my
joke.
God,
but,
original
I probably
RVD.
shouldn't because otherwise it wouldn't be safe work. But I have the first 3 seasons.
Oh my goodness!
Oh damn.
Yeah, I was watching it
fan.
with a partner because I was like, we were playing Halo and I was like, oh yeah, also Red versus Blue exists, and it's cool. It's like it's not the PC remaster they made in Halo Custom Edition. This is the original one with the
Oh, the
really
classic.
bad mixing and the Magnum crosshair, like
Yeah.
always in the camera because they filmed it on Xbox.
Yep.
That's all good.
That's
So it's
cool.
like the OG.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a vibe.
Heck yeah.
good times.
I remember going through and watching all of Red versus Blue with Zacarra when we first started dating, and that was a vibe because she had seen it before a little bit, but yeah, that's a good show.
Is
For
that
that.
wholesome?
I also have
yeah.
a clock, another clock that's actually mounted to the wall
Jesus
right
fucking
now.
Christ.
But it ticks, and so I don't like it ticking, so I just set it to the jazziest time, which is 2:51.
Oh.
It's 251. It's a chord progression joke. But it's well, let's see if I can point my camera so you can see it. Don't get seasick.
Oh god.
Oh, I think I'm gonna hurl. That's my Halo Infinite Marine impression.
That's good.
Oh wait, that's a clock. Oh shit.
Yeah, in the middle one's a clock, and then the two ones are
Ooh,
paintings that
alright.
go with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's made
see.
by a
Dude,
local
that's
artist.
sick.
That's
yeah.
cool. I love that.
And it's very, very, very jazzy, very artsy.
Why does the one on the left look much lower than
Well,
the rest of them?
they're staggered. I put them staggered, and the clock is slightly out from the wall. So if you stood back, they're all evenly spaced. But from here,
Okay,
it looks
okay.
bad. Yeah,
Are they
Gotcha.
like not straight on the wall, or is that just me?
nothing in the straight. No, they. It's
We have
just-
many complaints
it's
about
just-
your
well, it's just.
clock.
I think it's just you. Let me see. Let me see if I can- I'm gonna try and get
we're-
you in.
We're
in
going on a trip.
more squared up to it.
He's gonna bring out one of those leveler things with the little air bubble.
Oh yeah, we got to see the proof. Come on.
They're
I
straight.
feel like the one on the left
Yeah,
could be
that's
a bit more.
yeah.
Yeah. So you got to get on that. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think the one. Yeah. God. Hi.
Jesus Christ. I've never been so fucking close. Oh, no.
No, a jump scare.
been up so close to his nostrils.
Jesus Christ. What's the journey?
Yeah, it sure was.
Chip Stubbo in Australian Vacation. Oh, actually, I got something cool I can show.
Oh, it's show and tell day. I love it. Not a show and tell podcast.
I've been trying to get bev check going for like 10,
shoot.
10 straight
Uh-oh.
minutes.
Shit.
Sorry.
I'm over it.
I'm over.
This is my new girlfriend gave me this painting she did
Oh,
Yo,
that
what
is
the
so
fuck?
cool.
a couple of weeks ago.
That looks so
Which was
good.
really cool.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Jesus.
That's-
I know,
So
it's
nice.
great. I want to get her to like paint more so I can like just deck out my wall with them. 'Cause
Do it.
That'd be really cool. I
That's
think.
so sweet.
Holy
That was
shit.
pretty epic.
Oh.
But yeah,
Wow.
date creatives, man. Creatives are
It's
the
so
best.
true.
So true.
God.
Heck
Actually,
yeah.
so true.
I don't know what I have to show off. I don't have anything.
You've shown
Have
us
water.
your foam Halo weapon collection before, so
I have cardboard.
Oh, Yeah, that was
cardboard,
cool.
cardboard.
Yeah.
My
I
mistake.
remember that.
I got these drumsticks like a month ago, I think. They're Travis Barker signatures because I hit like
Nice.
really hard on.
I was
like,
gonna
him.
say it was the Gandalf, not the Gandalf. What the fuck? I mean the Dumbledore.
I still
The
don't know where you're
Dumbledore
going
staff.
with that.
The labeling on them rubbed
The,
off
the,
because the
thing.
sweat in my palms like rubbed
Huh.
off the paint.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Epic.
That's epic.
Heck yeah.
I feel like that's just a sign of just well-used drumsticks. Honestly, that's like not even a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy a pair of drumsticks and just let them sit there, you know.
Mm-hmm. I found drumsticks
right.
in my alto sax case yesterday.
And you're
Um,
all how?
I don't know why they're there. I don't exactly remember where they came from. They may be my. I have a mallet set that was my grandfather's when he was in high school playing drums. I think the. Sorry, I think that the drumsticks are also his, but I don't really remember. It's possible. I feel like I remember that these drumsticks belonged to someone famous or something. I should probably remember that. Yeah. Anyway, sentimental value for those, because I don't use them, and the mallets are probably quite fragile. But he went to high school with Quincy Jones, so it's kind of cool to have those drumsticks because he was always trading chairs with Quincy. So I think those mallets had the same drum kit that Quincy did, which is cool,
Pretty based.
But I'm not quite sure how they made their way into my alto saxophone case, though.
Fate.
Yeah,
Funk finds a
Yeah.
way, man.
it sure
Funk
does.
finds a way.
Truly. Okay, guys. Bev check. What are we drinking?
Bev
Give me
check.
something good.
I just fucking drank mine.
Alex got coffee. Neil, what did you have?
Chocolate?
I had a glass of water and a mug of hot chocolate.
Oh,
Yes, there we go.
yeah. I got water. I got I got my big water bottle that I named Philip. Because you have to
Hello
fill
there,
up,
Philip.
You got to fill up the water bottle. So it's Philip the water bottle.
Funny.
Fuck.
I really did name this Philip. So
That's actually great.
when I go on trips, the car's like, "Do you have Philip?" It's like, right. She gave me this water bottle. So
That's nice.
Hashtag just jazz things.
Yeah. But yeah, I also just have water. I ate a pizza, which was really fucking salty. So I'm just like non-stop
Oh, hell
drinking
yeah.
water now. Because it was a pizza with like I think it was like salted to begin with, but there was kebab and some garlic sauce and fries on top of it. So,
Rice?
fries, not
Oh.
rice, fries. Yeah.
what is
So it was really fucking salty.
what's fries?
Fries, the potato thing. You know what a fry?
I mean, it's like potato fries.
potato fries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, we call them fries.
Chips.
But
you said
Wait, accent
fries.
thing, I guess?
Your accent confused me. You said fries, like with like a soft S and
Oh,
uh,
fries.
fries.
Nah, I definitely heard
Fries.
fries
the,
there.
the Swede
Yeah.
part. Yeah, my brain
I mean, the
Lost a
New
little bit of
Zealand
its-
guy understands me at least.
my brain lost a little of its Swede conversion calculator. So
Okay.
in the 2 weeks since I've
Gotcha,
seen you,
gotcha.
so yeah.
Understandable. Yeah. So yeah, I've eaten
The
a
Swede
lot of salt.
conversion calculator 6000.
Exactly.
Someone's got to make it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be drinking nonstop. So Zacarra's gonna have a great time editing out all my sips of
Slurps.
water.
Yeah, you're a Slurpee boy.
My slurps.
Slurpee Swede.
Slurp.
You're not the Swedish chef. You're the Swedish slurper.
That is what I am usually known for. Go by. Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna leave a note because Zacarra's not here. Zacarra, you were cool. I hope you were doing cool. Thank you very much.
Aw. Wow.
What a nice thing to say.
What a,
You know,
what a
at this
kiss-ass.
particular moment, she's doing very well and is very cool. She's working at Microsoft Production Studios at this very moment. She's texting me.
Yo.
So epic.
I shouldn't. She'll cut this out. But she'd have to tell you more because she knows the limits of what she can actually talk about publicly. So, and I don't.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, hopefully she can find a good re-entry point for this conversation because I think it'll be an interesting conversation. But hopefully she can find a way to.
Just bleeps it out.
Yeah, she has to find like a start point for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
make logical
I don't know
sense.
how she's-
Maybe we'll act out a good starting
Ha ha
point.
ha, that was a great joke, Noah. Very funny. And we just start like that.
You know, I found out that Amazon, when you return stuff to Amazon, it doesn't get reprocessed to get sold on Amazon again. I don't know why I even assumed that. They just sell it to liquidation sites. And the liquidation sites
Yeah.
probably don't even, I mean, there's a variety of things. that
They
probably
literally
happen
just
with that.
they literally just write them off.
Yeah,
Because they can just afford to do that, and it's just easier for them to do that than have the infrastructure to, I don't know, refurbish or resell things themselves.
I ordered my mom a living room table for Christmas, and we got it. And some of the parts in it, some of the linkages in it had rust all over them. And I was like, what the fuck? So we requested an exchange, and they were like, no, we'll just send you another table. It was cheaper to just send a second table and let us keep the thing for them than it would have been to process the return. That tells you how little they make them for. They probably make them for under $20 or something, It's really, the materials
Yeah.
aren't expensive. It's not like it's high quality metal. It's glass, but it doesn't need to be good glass probably. It's like kind of terrifying. There was a time, so I just did a family reunion last weekend, and we stayed in this old housing on what used to be a military base called Fort Flagler in Washington State. And the housing that you stay in was like the officers' housing. And they all these old houses are like over 100 years old, and they have the original hardware still, like the original doorknobs and window locks, and it's really cool. But it's like that stuff, those little little parts and things are just, they're just a whole different, they feel different in the hand than your modern door handle or whatever that you buy at Lowe's, right? Like it's so now they're made of the cheapest and lightest whatever possible material. Back then everything was made to last because it was like, we need the best possible everything. There's no limit on any resources. Nobody realizes the value of it, and so everything's inexpensive, and they just made everything from the hardiest crap they could. And then, like in the 80s, they realized, wait a second, we can turn so much higher of a profit if we just make it as light as possible, so the shipping weight goes down, as fragile as possible, so it'll break and they'll have to buy a new one. Like all of a sudden there was an epiphany, and everything became super shitty by comparison. Cars, everything, it's fascinating.
Society.
We live in a society.
We sure do. But yeah, that's it's kind of interesting. Like, isn't it the same with like light bulbs, right? Like they can last like really long, back in the day, but then they kind of like made them worse because they
Right.
want to make a profit off of it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like,
If you have to change your light
makes
bulb
sense,
out
but
every year,
yeah.
better for them.
So now you know why you need to change your light bulb. So yeah, makes you think.
Makes you think.
Man, this really is a not a Halo podcast, isn't it?
You're not allowed to say that word.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. No, but honestly, I was actually going to suggest, like, I feel like it's been a while
Been a
since
while.
since we actually like talked about Halo and talked about it in a positive light, what do we say we just like talk about, like, I don't know, just our favorite Halo game and our favorite memory in our favorite Halo game or something.
I don't
Like, I
have
just
one.
wanna-
I hate Halo. I'm not a Halo
Fuck,
fan.
that's true. That's true. It's not like we know each other through Halo,
Right.
unfortunately.
We don't, as was totally not stated in the intro.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude,
Yo,
you look
all
like
I know is that the
Daredevil.
best Halo game is objectively Halo Zero.
Halo
Wait,
Zero.
what was
Yeah,
it?
I want to play Halo Zero still. Does that have a
Yeah.
multiplayer
You haven't?
component to it?
It had multiplayer, yeah.
Could we still use it? Can we play it together? As a True.
I don't remember actually. I don't remember if it was online or if it was just you could play over LAN, but it did have multiplayer.
one of those things where you can sit on the keyboard and somebody can play WASD and someone else can play whatever it is, IJKL and
Yeah.
No, it's one person per. But
okay.
yeah, Halo Zero was fucking cool, man.
I really want to play
And
it.
then there was they were working on Halo Zero 2, but it like there's actually a couple of like leaked builds and stuff of Halo Zero 2, and I think there was like some public test version. But for whatever reason, it just ended up getting dropped, which is a bit of a shame.
I just
And it
love.
also there was also a level editor for it as well,
Oh,
so you
damn.
could make your own maps.
That's
which was
sick.
pretty cool.
Wow.
I fucking love titles like that, like Halo Zero 2, or like Halo 3 ODST 2.
I know. Halo 3 ODST too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
If only Call of Duty kept that. Like Call of Duty 26.
They did Black Ops Cold War.
Well, Halo did kind of
Wait.
just cave in and
Wait,
go
what?
with Infinite.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Halo
Unfortunately.
Infinite Endless.
Halo Infinite, the endless, right?
It's so stupid. Zacarra and I make this
I
joke
hope
all the
they
time.
don't.
Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
Endless, Unstoppable. Like,
Yeah. Like it's literally a fucking synonym of infinite, basically.
Halo Never Ending. Like,
Yeah. God damn it.
hey,
It's gotta be
Halo,
like-
we
it's
won't
gonna be
stop
the,
until it's not profitable.
It's like the new Spider-Man movies. Like it's got to be something with home, you know. Like it has to be something with infinite, like endless, infinite.
Unstoppable.
What's the, yeah, like
Unstopping, I
what's the Doom one? Eternal.
Eternal.
Oh, Halo Eternal.
Yeah.
God.
All that.
Oh, it's
Jesus
ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah. What do we say? We just like fucking. I just want
You want to talk about your favorite thing about Halo?
I just want to talk about Halo in a positive light because I'm fucking sick of the drama, dude.
Well,
I just
you know
wanna talk
what?
about-
My favorite thing about Halo is the television show, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
I'm kidding.
Let's
I don't
hear it.
want to. I don't want to step on your hopes and dreams of having a positive Halo conversation. I was just going to make
Yeah.
an entirely satirical rave about how wonderful the Halo TV show is, which was going to
mean,
be
it
entirely
feels-
fictional.
Yeah, it feels forced, I will say, but I think it's good for us in the end.
We don't need to discuss it. I definitely don't want to have to like make everybody sad.
I do
we
still
can.
have that spark in me
did you guys?
where like I get really
sorry.
excited about seeing, oh my god, it's the Master Chief on TV. Like that's so cool to
Yeah.
me still.
True. I mean, when he wears the helmet, that's when I feel like.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Or like that one
Oh,
sequence
actually-
at the end of episode 5.
I like it when he takes his butt cheeks
Yeah.
out.
True.
Personally,
Master
True.
Cheeks.
that's when I feel it the most.
Yeah. I mean,
Hasn't that happened like every I haven't been watching it, but hasn't it happened like?
It
more
only
than
happened
twice?
once.
But we've seen multiple people's cheeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
There's been 3 characters, maybe 4.
Somebody made like
Yeah,
a bingo
4, I
card
think.
of everybody's cheeks and who we've
I
yet
love
to
that.
see.
I love that.
That's funny. Oh my god! Because you know it'll happen again.
It probably
Yeah.
will.
No, it has happened with
100%.
4 different characters actually.
I also heard something about like there's like an intimacy coordinator or something like that in the
Nice,
casting.
Oh god.
nice.
Every television
Well-
show needs that nowadays.
You know, for those of you who, well, are we really doing this? The episode 6, you know, I was like, oh, I see where where they're going with this, like,
Oh, at the end there.
with Chief and
Yeah, and Maki.
Maki.
But yeah.
Maki, who shares a name with the only in-game Sang Healy character
Yeah, I thought of that
to
too.
ever exist.
Yeah,
It's like, why did you pick that name of all things? Like,
it's a bit weird. Yeah, the one
yeah,
from Halo 5. Yeah,
maybe.
uh, makes you think.
Well, it makes you think that there's not a lot of thought being put into it.
Oh, what about
That's
that
what it makes me
whole?
think.
Yeah.
They had like a marketing thing where they showed off the Spartan actors at like boot camp or something.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't been on Twitter, so I am not aware of any of the drama. So I guess my heart is fully open to negative Halo conversations because I haven't been experiencing any.
Oh okay. Yeah,
So that's kind of the reason why I'm so open to it.
yeah,
But I know the feeling.
yeah.
But our favorite thing about Halo, something we really enjoy about it, and how great it is.
Yeah, I mean, I say we just like alphabetical order. Alex, what's your favorite Halo game? I don't know if we talked about that. Like our favorite
I think it's
Halo
like
game.
switching all the time based
Yeah.
on
We
what's
talked about our favorite soundtracks.
uh
Like we had an episode dedicated to that, and I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure. And then we also had like our top 3 Halo tracks. I'm pretty sure at some point we talked about our favorite Halo games.
I think so, yeah.
People forget stuff. It's fine.
I don't remember what I said because my favorite's changing like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's same for me. Wow, I'm really intelligently contributing to this conversation.
Yes.
My favorites are also changing all the time. God, I can't formulate words. My favorite Halo game would be Halo 3 ODST. Mic drop.
Because of the jazz.
Yeah, well, no. There's no jazz in Halo 3 ODST. This is why I needed to make that video a year and a half ago. I'm horrible. That poor channel. My poor channel. I shouldn't even represent myself as being like from a channel because the channel doesn't make any content anymore. I really just Noah
One
at
day.
this point. I'm Noah of Not a Halo Podcast at this point.
That's a hell of a title though. Like Halo 3 Odyssey has no jazz. Like that's gonna definitely get some views.
Well, that's the title. Halo 3 ODST is not jazz or has no jazz or yes, that's the title.
I mean, true.
Legitimately, and it came
Yeah, but
from.
Joe thinks it does, and that was enough.
Maybe part of the reason I haven't done it yet is because I'd love to have Joe on for that video and debate with him. There wouldn't be much of a debate. I'm sure he'd be like, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's just like it sounded better if we said that. No, there's a whole video that I want to make about that because on that clarification point because it's incredibly important. But ODST is my favorite because I always liked it, but there was a comment that I've recently heard Joe Staten make, like in the last year or so, that just 100% sold it. Like he was asked on his interview with Ryan McCaffrey that he did not very long ago, like what was your favorite of the series to work on? And Joe's answer was ODST. And the reason he gave, I was like, oh, well, yep, that's my favorite forever and always. The reason he gave was that he felt like when the point at which they made ODST, they were working with an engine they'd already developed and assets they'd already developed, and the creation of that game was a full exercise in content generation. There was no logistical stuff to work through, or like there was like a lot less politics, and the studio was the happiest it had ever been and healthiest it had ever been, and just the game was just full refinement. Just the whole experience of it was just a refinement process, and you can feel that. You can feel that quality bar in ODST. It's just there's no major flaws in it whatsoever. Like it just works. And plus it's a cool ass concept, and for the time it's really cool. It kind of starts to show its age today, in my opinion, a little bit, just in the sense that we now expect games to be so much more far reaching. But in my opinion, I think it's a lesson in the fact that games, if you limit your vision to your means, you get out a higher quality product, and that's a lesson that the industry right now is really struggling to learn. Like I don't think the industry at this point, and I think we'll deal with this for at least for another 5 years or more, where games are gonna just continue to try to get bigger and bigger. Whereas in reality, what we should be doing is pushing higher and higher quality and limiting the scope.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would get an ODST out of that. You know, the capabilities that game studios today have is insane. In
Yeah,
comparison,
the company has to make
exponentially.
profits every year.
Yeah, they do.
I played through Bioshock
That's true.
Infinite for the first time in
Great
like
game.
forever
Mm-hmm.
during the past week, and like that was one of the most, I guess, artful and refined experiences I've had in a game in so long. And
Yeah.
that game came out like a decade ago. Whereas now with a lot of games, I tend to like listen to a podcast or watch YouTube while I'm grinding through a lot of medial work just to like get my character up or to like learn how the game feels, that sort of thing. I can't really get into the game as much as I used to be able to with a lot of those older, really artful experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't see those much anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's not that
Yeah,
same
yeah,
draw.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel like this is part of the potential benefit of publishers buying up lots of studios and having them all under their one roof. Is the benefit being that they can coordinate them to release on a schedule so that each studio doesn't have to be putting out yearly releases. It allows them the potential to be able to breathe and be supported financially across multiple years without having to actually make a profit like per studio. So that's the upside, the potential upside to, like, for instance, Xbox buying up all these studios. So we'll see if that actually like turns out to be a good thing. Obviously, in the future, we still haven't seen the fruits of that, but that's my take.
Gotcha. Halo 3 ODST. Final answer.
By Bethesda.
Wait, what?
Well, my thought is like, what if you what the fuck, my voice.
Puberty. It's an interesting time.
My thought is, what if Bethesda made Halo or something,
Oh, okay.
because
I'm also worried about Starfield because
Not
they're
gonna
coming
go there.
off. Starfield is coming off of the recent updates to Elder Scrolls Online as well as their work on Fallout 76. And before 76 was Fallout 4 and Shelter. So I'm hoping that they just make a proper, Bethesda open world game, Like not even like Skyrim levels. I'm talking like Morrowind or Oblivion type. Like just massive. You
Well,
can just get
it's-
lost into it.
It's also worth keeping in mind as well that this is, Fallout 4 is the last game that Bethesda Game Studios worked on. So they've been working on this since Fallout 4, because Elder Scrolls Online and 76 are both different companies. So I'm hoping
Wait, who's 76 then?
76 is also by Bethesda, but it's by they were making this other game. Was it
Oh,
called Battleborn?
no, it was Battle Cry.
Battle Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a studio that was making Battle Cry. Everybody forgot about it, and then like 3 years later, they were working on Fallout 76.
You're right.
I only remember Battle Cry because I'm pretty sure I remember it from the same year that they announced the Prey reboot, and then I just never fucking saw it again.
The studio was literally called Battle Cry Studios or something.
No.
Yeah, and they got renamed to like Bethesda East, or like they're just like a B studio.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But they're the ones that work on 76. Bethesda Game Studios do not work on 76, but it is published by Bethesda Softworks because it's like part of the Bethesda brand.
All right.
So like, in terms of whatever Todd Howard's been working on, I'm pretty sure that like that team has actually just been working on Starfield since Fallout 4 came out.
Yeah, Todd.
So I'm excited. I think it'll be good regardless, but I'm hoping it'll actually be more different from their previous games and like actually like something like new. Kind of like how Fallout 4 definitely feels like, not talking about kind of the things that regressed a bit on like the like the special system and like the perk trees, and like apart from the stuff that it kind of like, I'll say in a friendly manner, optimized. Which, to be fair, Fallout 4 is catering to a much wider audience, and I think the older Fallout games weren't really first and foremost like planned or developed with console in mind, whereas I think the new one definitely was. But playing Fallout 4 for the first time, I remember being like, wow, this feels so like modern and like different, and it's not as clunky as the old games, and like the art style and stuff feels really like new gen compared to the previous Fallout games. So I'm hoping Starfield will be the same thing, but like on a much greater scale, where it feels like, oh yeah, this is like the next generation Bethesda. But I guess we'll see.
I hope I can lose days of my life to Starfield.
It seems like a really cool concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't know much about it. I just know that it's a Bethesda game and it's in space.
Yeah, I like that I don't know much about it.
Yeah,
I guess
true.
I'm really excited.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. It's like not because it's a new and established universe. All that mystery and opportunities to kind of like capture the player with wonder is all there again.
Yeah.
I think with Skyrim, like I don't know, with Fallout, I feel like it's definitely like you didn't really have that with Fallout 4. Although I would say with Skyrim, you definitely had that compared to the previous Elder Scrolls games. But like everybody is coming to this as a new player, basically,
right.
Even if you've already played a Bethesda game, because it's a brand new universe. So I'm hoping that they'll really go nuts with the storytelling and world building and just making it just like epic.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is kind of like, this could be like a subject on an entire episode, but like that's a really interesting point, like the mystery and all that with a new universe, because that's obviously something that is very complicated, but as time progresses and stuff gets explained and stuff, you kind of lose interest because all the secrets, which is kind of I feel like we're at a point with Halo.
There it is.
Original timeline. Yeah. Fuck. Feel like we're in a place with H-Word where it's kind of like everything is so well known that like what's the mystery?
But then at the same time, it's also difficult. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
At the same time, it's also difficult, therefore, to introduce anything new. Because, like, that whole thing with the Endless. Like, oh, they were always there, like, lurking in the shadows. They were buried beneath Zeta Halo and all that. And it's like, now come on, really?
Yeah.
They don't have any records of the Endless.
Yeah, because, like, I like the thing with Endless, but as you're saying, it's kind of like weird, like, oh, it was there the entire time, but we just missed it somehow. Yeah. Like, when it's a big thing like that, how do you miss it?
Yeah, I always prefer to go the route of, like, oh, a meteor came down from somewhere we fucking don't know about, and that's how we introduced new species. Not new species was just, like, watching you the whole time, Like,
so you mean you like Venom from Spider-Man 3?
That's right, I've never seen.
Okay.
But,
so that the explanation is basically just a meteor and boom, Venom is in the movie.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
It's so lame personally. Though. Like, how does that like? I don't know. It just happened to fucking land there. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, it definitely a franchise becomes a drag after a while because instead of opportunity, it turns into rules, and nobody likes to follow rules. Rules are stupid. So.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I wanted to bring up Star Wars, but what's interesting with Star Wars is, I feel personally that, like Mandalorian kind of, like, bypasses that, because it doesn't really go very deep into, the mythos, I guess. It just kind of focuses on a small part in the universe.
Yeah, Mandalorian's more of like a tone piece in Star Wars, which is exactly what Star Wars should be doing a lot more of. And I think people are realizing that, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. And do you guys think like that's the way it should go in Halo too? Like, should we like introduce new characters like the Mandalorian-ish, and kind of like focus on just like a small part of the Halo universe? Like, it doesn't really connect to everything.
I mean, they already.
Well, I thought the whole point of an expanded universe was that so you could detach from the mainline games and do something with all new.
Well, and for the longest time, they were good at that. They, like the Mona Lisa. Yeah. Come on,
Mona Lisa was fucking
like
cool.
That is the best thing. That is the ultimate example of fuck Master Chief. You know what I mean? Like, we have cool things in this universe
and a bunch of the novels. Like, the novels actually focused on stuff that had yeah, like they didn't focus on Master Chief. But now it's like I understand it's interesting and all that, but everything's just Master Chief or it's the Arbiter, which is awesome, But I kind of want to see the lesser known characters too.
I know. I
don't-
mean, it's really not hard to build up a totally unknown character in a very short amount of time, but
Yeah.
it seems like they're too scared to do that. There's some apprehension, and it's just like it's really not that hard. Like all you have to do is show them being a badass for about 30 seconds, and people will be hooked. I promise.
There it is.
This is how it goes. The Halo novels do a good job of introducing people, who are heroes in that universe who don't have anything to do with the Master Chief, but in their games they won't focus on those things for whatever reason, and then even then, after a couple of sequels with that offshoot character will inevitably wind up running into somebody who we already know about, and
Yeah.
there's like only 3 degrees of separation to Master Chief between all the characters in that universe, and it's just like, why? I mean, it's a big
Yeah.
universe.
I mean, to be fair, Mandalorian kind of did that same thing, which I don't really love.
It's true.
But
I mean,
yeah, I'm fine with it, but it kind of like, oh, okay, it's a big thing with Mandalorian. Okay, we gotta introduce Luke and all this.
yeah,
is like, okay, fine, I guess.
I am enjoying it, but it is definitely
Yeah.
a little bit like, did we have to do that, or could we have just continued on the path that we were on? I think we could have continued on the path we were on.
Yeah, I mean, from like a studio, like I don't know, like it makes sense, because they want to make profit and they want to like make it, more hyped and all that. Like
Corporate wants
introduce-
more lightsabers. John Favreau's like,
Yeah,
what do you mean? Corporate wants more lightsabers. Okay, shit. It can't be Star Wars if there's no lightsabers. It's like, well, it could be.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because like it started off as something very unique, but then kind of like, yeah, okay, it's still good, but yeah, brought in a lot more of the Star Wars feel.
Was
I
Luke?
guess.
Was that the end of season 2 or 1?
Season 2.
2. How did season
Right.
1 end?
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Wait, how did it end?
I don't remember.
Shit, can anyone?
It's very unmemorable.
Fuck.
Din took his helmet off, and the
Oh, yeah.
IG-11
They were in the-
saved their lives in the lava, and
Yeah, like the Mos Eisley looking town or whatever.
yeah. That's right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
I do wish that. Yeah, that's the trouble with franchises. You create a franchise, and all of a sudden it turns into just this. Turns into a bit of a mess. I liked the anime thing that Star Wars did. That was so cool. And like I just like I like well executed non-canon things. The things that aren't necessarily part of it, but they still relate to the spirit of it. In doing it justice, I'm making these qualifiers to exclude the Halo television show from what I'm saying, just because like I think that the opportunity that the Halo television show gave itself of this is not canon was a really, really exciting one, and I was all for that. I make no mistake, but I think that it sort of tripped on its heels, so to speak, in executing on that, because there's a way to remove it from the timeline of events, but still have it capture the same spirit or feeling or of the characters or of the conflicts or the goings on or the universe, in general. And I don't think it does either of those things. It both doesn't follow canon events and doesn't really do anything. Not anything. I have to tell you, I watched it without Zacarra in the room, and I got a lot more excited about it than I was when I watched it with her in the room.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty down
Nice.
on it. I definitely am talking a lot of shit about it, but I have to say I found things I liked about it. I'm just saying that I don't like what it's doing.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, I fully respect that opinion, and I'm very much the same, because I just think that, I guess I tend to focus on the more positive sides of things, but lately the show has kind of, like, become a bit worse in my eyes, but I still, yeah, like you say, I appreciate a lot, like, a lot of things from the show.
What was
There's
it
just
that
a lot
made you
of,
sort of what was the first thing that made you kind of go, maybe this isn't as much of what I thought I liked?
actually, that's interesting, because like a few days ago, I went back and like watched a bit of the first episode, and I realized like, holy shit, this first episode is so much better than anything else, because Master Chief actually acts like the Master Chief I know. I think that's kind of what, like, I don't really like where the show is at now, because I'm fine with him showing his face, but I just think it's like they're just it's I don't know, they just like they don't have the balls to like just show him with the helmet on, because like because he can't show his emotions or something. I
Yeah,
don't know. That's kind of the thing that's bringing me down
it's
the
almost a
most.
drinking game to like do a shot every time you have a shot with the Master Chief with his helmet on.
Oh,
You know?
you'd be fucking, yeah, you'd be dead by now. I just don't like, he's not likable. Like, I like Pablo Schreiber as an actor, but I don't think the character is likable at all right now, which is kind of sad, because Master Chief
Sean
is
is a
supposed
bit
to be
of a
like,
dick.
yeah, it's just a dick and like angry all the time. Like, Jesus Christ, chill. Like, I loved him in the first episode when he was like awkward and an introvert, and now he's like extrovert and stuff. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's a hard shift. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do feel like I have to reiterate, I'm not upset that it's not canon. I think that's a kind of a cool opportunity, frankly. Something that all franchises probably should do eventually is have at least some subset of stuff that isn't canon, because it allows them to continue to work and create without the inherent constraints. Basically, it takes away the one major detractor of a franchise, magically, but I just am frustrated because it doesn't have to be canon, but it should still uphold the spirit of what the original work got after.
Yeah.
And I think that introverted, awkward Master Chief is like Halo 1 Master Chief is kind of introverted and awkward, really, in his body language, which is super cool. And there's a lot of characterization there. Thanks, Joe Staten. I'm pretty sure it was Joe that was solely responsible for
I always kind of liked
animations
that he
for
was just
Chief.
very level-headed, and he just never talked more than it made sense that he needed to.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, whenever he talks, it's either because he wants information or it's a response to somebody talking to him. That's
Level-headed.
it, yeah. And also in Halo 3, he has like 8 or 9 lines in total in the whole game.
Level-headed is I think the word to describe the Master Chief. I think the thing that defines him for me is every action he takes, he has a reason for it.
Yeah.
This
exactly.
to me helps. That definition encapsulates all iterations of the Master Chief in the games. Maybe Halo 5 rides that line a little bit too far, but it encapsulates Halo 4 and all the rest of the Halos, all of the rest of the Bungie Halos. Is he always has a reason for what he's doing, a rationale of some kind. He knows it makes sense to him, if not anyone else. And in the show, it seems like like a lost, searching Master Chief is just not the Master Chief that we want to see, because it goes against that single definition, that level-headed definition. He's confused. The Master Chief can discover things, but I just don't think he should be like completely lost with no basis of any kind to go off of.
Yeah.
Like so that's my main issue with it. Is my draw for Halo is the atmosphere and the characterization of the Master Chief. And I feel like, frankly, again, I think that people get too attached to actors of characters and not so much to the idea of the character. But I think that the reason for that is because more often than not, when an actor takes on when you have pieces of media that go and cast a different actor, the goals of that particular project also happen to be, how do I say this in a more clear way? For instance, with the television show, I think that they needed to, not have Steve Downes voicing Master Chief. Obviously you needed to hire a competent actor who would do the voice and everything to be on screen. But one of the other goals of that project was to kind of undermine what we understood about the Chief. And I think that's where they don't realize, like, I don't like Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief. That's not what you don't like. You don't like the difference in characterization, not the fact that it's a different actor. I'm open to other people. Like, for instance, with Luke in Star Wars, they should have had whatever his name was. They
want to get the guy that played Buck.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Or like Sebastian, whatever. And I'm like, then I see the comparisons, and I'm like, yeah, I see that. That could work pretty well.
It would be great, and if you were to maintain the same characterization, it would work.
Yeah.
But let him do his, let him work and be creative.
Well, that's the issue with the show Chief. I think it's not the actor, because the actor's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
He's like doing his job well. He's probably portraying things exactly as they were written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
is the way I'm imagining it. But it's not the actor. It is the characterization.
Yeah, exactly.
That the actor is.
Yes.
Playing.
Yeah, and
it's not the actor's fault. He's probably just literally doing what it's told. The problem is that what he is being told to do is completely different.
Yeah.
I guess that's the writers. I don't know.
I mean,
it could go higher than the writers even.
Yeah, it's the same with Kwan Ha or Yeren Ha. I think her name is. Like, she
Kwan
really
Ha?
does like something like that. Yeah.
Yeren Ha is the actress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what it is.
Yeah. But I feel like people just give her shit when I think she does a wonderful job with what she's given. Like the episode 5, right? The good one with all the action. like the part where she tries to break the handcuffs with a rock and she's just fucking screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that wasn't great work. I love that, but it just sucks that I don't know if it's the writers or something. I don't know. Like it just
yeah,
not
screaming scenes are always really weird. It almost seems like they never can be pulled off right. Like scenes
I think
where
she pulled it off.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who probably weren't as into that scene, but like, there was it's just always a thing, screaming is like, you have to bring the audience along with you to make it work, and I've definitely watched a lot of scenes where like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like if you aren't paying attention to the movie or something and you like look over and you realize that somebody's like screaming, you're like, this is awkward in the worst possible way. So you have to build that appropriately, otherwise it just doesn't work. But I think that know what I'm saying.
I mean the best like screaming and like crying parts are the ones that like are real because they're like weird and like Tobey Maguire from the Spider-Man movies. Like his face, like it looks awful, but it looks real because it looks awful, which I like. It's nothing. It's not fake. It's actually like it looks real. Yeah, I love that.
For sure. Yeah, people. When people are upset, they look horrible. Like that's in reality. It's true.
They shit and fart.
They shit and fart. What did you say?
Yep. Oh, that wasn't me. I don't know.
Is that what you actually
honestly,
said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of like reminded me of like if someone were to act like in a realistic way. I mean, they would shit and fart sometimes, but you never show that. So that's a bit weird if you think about it. So thanks for listening to Not a Halo podcast.
That's it. It's over. Go home.
That's it. Fuck. I lost it.
Oh. Yeah.
Zacarra should make the audio peak when he says that.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Bass boosted.
Please do.
Yeah.
Just catch listeners off guard if they're not paying attention.
Okay, so Zacarra,
Hans Zimmer
add
moment.
some like random fart noises during the entire episode, and don't like explain it until the end. That's what I want. So yeah, that's it.
For the patron-only version.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Jeez, this will be a short episode if we... No, not so short. God, I
think
guess
it's
we
good.
should end it. I mean,
I mean, the thing is,
been over
I
an
kind
hour,
of gotta
I'm
go
sure,
because I am having a game night with some of my patrons.
a game night. Oh
yeah.
man, can I?
Man,
If I pay for your Patreon right now, do I get to get in on that?
I mean,
Can
yeah,
Can I Venmo you a couple bucks to be part of that?
sure. I mean, yeah.
I got
I
stuff
don't know
to
you're
do
an
too.
epic gamer.
Epic.
I mean, as long as you're an
gamer,
epic gamer,
bro.
you can join.
I actually can't
Yeah.
right now. It's still the middle of the day.
Fuck. Yeah. But yeah, so I have to game with some children.
Epic.
Epic. But yeah, okay, so Zacarra does the outro, right? So we just stop our recordings.
Yeah. She'll. You know what? I'll give her. Let's do this. She can use this as a soundbite, and then she'll have an intro to add, an outro to add. We love you all. Thank you for listening. And we miss you dearly. I don't know
Wait.
why we would miss you. We see you on a weekly
Yeah,
basis.
I was about to say.
But we miss out on all the. Goodbye.
We always look
This
forward
guy.
to joining you again.
Your thumb just went out in the opposite direction of where I actually am. in
This
the
guy.
camera orientation.
They're all
This guy, and I'm like, over here.
somewhere.
This dude.
Oh,
This
this
dude.
brother.
His brethren.
This chap.
Outro music. All right. That's enough. of
Is that our outro music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now it is.
It's like the Cowboy Bebop intro.